Of course, EMF levels are high today, depending on where you're at, but there's something to keep in mind and pay attention to. If you have something in your house like a fan or the lights, whatever, but something like a fan or a motor on a blower, maybe for like my fireplace, I do that. But and I keep it running year round just to circulate air. But when we have very small power outages, you might call it. It's not actually an outage, but it can be. I'll explain that in a moment. What that means is, especially with like this picture you're seeing, when you see that halo around everything, that's the nanoparticulates, all the metal in the air, being highly induced to the magnetic field that they're pushing around. It's not from the sun, it's not solar flares. It's being done right here where we are at. This is a contained area. You look at the book of Job and you will know that. So when you experience these power outages or something goes down just briefly, that means you're getting a wave of EMFs, and that's through the air, and it's also through your electrical system in your house. And none of this is out of fear, but protect yourself where you can and your loved ones. You can get a real EMF detector, or you can get the ones that you can get for free on the phone. The ones that are free on the phone are fairly reliable. Now, if you get a really high reading and you look up why is it that high, they'll say, oh, the app is malfunctioning. Baloney. You got to keep in mind, these devils are on a leash. We have to be given things here. The weapons back the other direction, okay? That exist here. They are on a leash. Everything they do has a warning label. EMF detectors you can get, they're fairly expensive, but I suggest having one. Anyway, back to the ones on the phone, the app. When these power outages come through, briefly, you need to know how to shut the main off in your house. Okay? Be careful. If you don't know how to do it, make sure you research it first. Usually it's just 2 switches or maybe 1. Could be more than that, but usually it's not. You want to shut that off because they are pushing this through the electrical system right into your homes, because you can measure the EMF inside your home and it'll be off the charts, okay? Not even readable. You go outside, it'll be way lower. Not anything good, but way safer outside than inside. That's because they have created our houses and homes and apartments into basically a microwave. And of course, after you get these readings, shut your phone off and get it out of the house for a while. You're usually going to notice winds with this. Right now you can hear the wind, I'm sure. I mean, it's just rocking this vehicle all over the place. So you're going to notice winds. And that picture you see there that was sent to me from a sister that visits here in the channel, you're going to see that, okay? Now let me explain the power outage thing that they're going to pull again. And it is a power outage, okay, but it's not what you think. It's not because everyone's using their air conditioners all at the same time. It is, but it ain't, okay? You are generating electricity every time you turn something on or use it. So everyone turns on their air conditioners or heaters or whatever. That electricity is being sent back to the power stations. It overloads them there. It's not a shortage of electric, it's too much electric. And yes, that does fry things, and they don't mind going in and with the repair people and fixing it again. The cover-up job is very secure that way. Now, the guys that fix it have no idea, just like our doctors don't have any idea. So keep this in mind, because these aren't things that I just happen on once in a while, or I have looked at for a year or two. I've looked at it for a long time. And this EMF garbage, in the last 2 years, probably more like 3, they have turned this up so substantially more than I could even begin to tell you. Okay? So keep that in mind. Your house is a microwave. Know how to turn off the main to your house. I try to do it when I'm sleeping anyway, because that's when they attack most people, or an entire state of people, is when in the sleeping hours. Now today the power surge was very clear, and it wasn't because of air conditioners. It was just, when they're doing this, your phone will go down for a bit, or the electrical service will sound like it went down. The lights won't just blink, they'll drag down. That means they're sending stuff through to your home, to your children, to you, your pets. It don't matter, right? They don't care. Now, first and foremost, prayer. The weapons are formed against us. It says they will not prosper. That doesn't mean they're not out there, okay? You can ask my dad, if he was here, if the weapons formed against us can harm you in here, okay? We got to use a great deal of discernment and a lot of common sense, and ask the Lord for discernment in all things. That's what He gives, right? Those who seek Him have discernment in all areas. And if any of you have been affected by EMF levels, you know what I'm talking about. It's not a joking matter. This is not something small. Not small potatoes. If you can leave a comment, that is appreciated. Iron sharpens iron. Iron needs sharpened all day long, every day. We all do.